mental health specialist. Your choice. I'm not one to tell you what to do. This is Daytona, and all of you have experienced some sim racers. So, you know about the braking points here. A couple ground rules to go over. Most of these are standard ITSR, but since this is the first race, let's go over them real quick. We exit the pits on the backstretch at all tracks racing in ITSR. We ask that you exit the pits on the backstretch, even in practice and during yellows. We even exit we exit on the backstretch when we go to the bathroom around here. All drivers need to pay attention to merging cars also. We don't have a 9 in the sky for the series.
Yes.
There's two caution rule. If the yellow comes out, you were to call for the caution, type in a C or chat or announce it over the radio for everyone to hear. We prefer not to hear derogatory items also. Every caution will be claimed, and if no one steps up, it will be reviewed after the race, and if found to be a cause, it will be penalized at the end of the long line finisher. So, an EOL during the race is better than waiting until the end. You have 2 cautions during the race. We respectfully ask you to park this for the evening. Black flag, sometimes referred to as the Coons rule. We won't clear black flags unless you get one for coming down pit road to avoid a wreck or there's an incident on the restart that caused black flags to be issued. We will review those after the race and penalty discuss if deemed appropriate.
Yes.
Don't ask to have black flags for entering close pit or lining up wrong. It's the driver's responsibility to line up and watch the pit opening notices. But with that being said, if you're damaged and well off the pace, that's for an EOL.
Hello and welcome, race fans, to tonight's Race 1 of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by AXO Sanitary Service, presented by MW Productions. I'm Michael Keaton, up in the booth alongside me tonight, Kyle Robinson. Kyle, welcome to Race 1, the Beach Bum 84 laps at Daytona International Speedway.
Well, thank you, Michael. I am glad to be here. This is a fantastic place to be to start everything off. NASCAR starts off here at Daytona. So do we here at It's Twisted Sim Racing in the Twisted Tuesday Cup Series. Start here at Daytona. Lots of drafting going to be here, Michael. Possibly going to have big wrecks because everybody's going to be so close together.
Absolutely. Daytona International Speedway, the type racetrack where we'll see the big one. Hopefully not tonight, though. A little bit of money on the line here tonight. If we can go 42 laps without caution, green flag racing laps, there'll be a little bit of surprise for the winner tonight. And not only that, these guys are facing an uphill climb battle, really, Kyle, with the amount of points and the way that these guys have this race set up and this season set up. We'll get to that a little bit later. It's kind of lengthy. But, again, tonight, Daytona International Speedway, a track that you mentioned where drafting is very crucial. Staying out of the wall is also crucial.
Oh, definitely. Got to have those fenders aligned straight, pretty. Can't have any mess-ups on these cars whatsoever, because anything will affect the airflow over these cars. And if you can't keep the draft, you're not going to be up front at the end to finish the race.
So a little bit about what's going on with this new Tuesday night league here with the ITSR Twisted Cup Series group. A champion will be crowned every 12 races. Cash prizes for up to the top 10 drivers of each 12-race block. Weekly random draw wins as well. You don't need to win here. You don't have to win the race to win a prize, and that's what's cool about this series. Blocks of 6 races, $100 for the winner of the 36 race season when it's all said and done, and a $100 bonus for winning all 3 blocks. Of course, the G6 cars here, fixed setups, big grueling type racing here, 36 weeks long. We got Daytona tonight. Next week, the Snake Bite at Phoenix, and of course the Gambler, the Vegas race after that, and so on. We follow the NASCAR schedule here, but a big race here tonight, the first inaugural race of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, again sponsored by AXO Sanitary Service, presented by MW Productions. And one thing we got to keep in mind, if they can go green here, Kyle, we're looking at 37 to 45 laps of coming down to get some fuel.
Definitely, Michael. Give or take how much draft you have. If you stay in the pack, you're probably going to make it closer to that 45 mark. If you're sitting out front, or you're the one being pushed the entire time in the second pack or in the third pack, you're definitely going to barely be able to make that 40 mark. So you'll probably have to pit somewhere between 37 and 40 if you're up front, not getting that draft. You're in that draft, you can probably make it to lap 45. That's going to be past halfway. 1 pit stop required then. What are you going to do? Just take 2, just take 4, take lefts, take rights, fuel only.
Absolutely, and with that being said, we're going to go ahead and step away, take our promo video break. After that, the national anthem. And then after that, we'll return with the starting grid for the first race number 1, the Beach Bum 84 for the ITSR Twisted Cup Series here on a Tuesday night. We'll see you in a second.
New shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, and I don't need a reason why. Come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Gold watch, diamond ring. Oh, I ain't missing on a single thing. Conflicts, stick pin. Ask about them more than you in. They come running just as fast as they can.
Hey, look here, beavers. You better hide your wives, hide your husband, and look here, both of you hide your kids, because we're coming.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Looking sharp, looking for love. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Make some noise! Clean shirt, new shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, and I don't need a reason why. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about it.
And welcome back to race number 1, the Beach Bum 84 ITSR Twisted Cup Series. I'm Michael Keaton, again, alongside in the booth with me tonight, Kyle Robinson. And Kyle, here we are, 84 laps, getting ready. The grid has been set. The qualifying is done. The fastest man on the bubble, the number 21 machine, Matt Lacrosse with a 46.384. Jose Gonzalez, the number 26 man out of Puerto Rico, will start on the outside row.
Ben Burnett with a 46.393, going to be third. John Higman Jr. just behind with a 46.398. CJ LeVere going to be sitting in number 4 in fifth with a 46.402. Jeff Eden in sixth with a 46.410.
7th position rolling off in the 41 machine, Stefan Marinak is outside the 15 car of Adam Hiley.
David Lanza in the 33 car going to start 9th, and Neil Fasca, I so pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry Neil, going to sit and round out your top 10.
11th quickest on the board tonight, the 66 of Brian Harvey. To his outside, the Black Dahlia, Dwayne Vincent in the 13.
Blaine Woodruff in 13th in the 71 car, and Scott Simley in 14th in the 68.
The 5 machine going to be 15th quickest tonight. That's Douglas White. To his outside, the 48 in 16th spot, Frank Kuntz.
And our last 2 people who have put down qualifying times, Josh Cheney in the 14 and Ron Yielding in the 7, rounding out the rest of the field, Nathan Little, John Wilco, and Stephen Herring.
So 21 drivers set to take the green flag here tonight as the pace car will finally start his rolling off tradition of pit road to bring the cars out onto the track to enter turns 1, and we'll go 70 miles an hour until we get the 4. And then, Kyle, after that, once that green flag drops, the hammer drops, and these cars will take off nearly 200 miles an hour once they get up to speed.
Oh yes, definitely, Michael. All these guys are coasting. They want to make sure these belts are tight, really, really tight, because they're going to be close next to each other, just inches away from each other, running at 200 miles an hour. Going to be close racing, and just one tiny little mistake could take out the entire field.
Absolutely, and another thing too, Kyle, you got to remember that some of these guys didn't qualify next to their partner, so to speak. So trying to find that draft partner or your teammate in the early stages may be a little difficult, but this is Daytona. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows how to draft, and the tandems here are so important as they rocket here at 70 miles an hour down the backstretch into turn 3, getting ready to go green. But, you know, let's talk tandem for just 1 second. How important is the tandem drafting here tonight, Kyle?
With these new Gen 6 cars that NASCAR has come out with, here in iRacing, they're still quite important like they were with the COT cars. You can still push and shove. If you have a really good setup with your drafting partner, you will run away from the pack. But the thing is, if you're set up not right, you're going to get a little bit loose trying to push somebody. If you're pushing, you can get loose pushing somebody right behind. And then if you lose your car trying to push, that's going to mess everything up.
And as the pace car gets ready to take famous left-hand turn down the pit road, the 21 Matt Lacrosse leads us to the green. And here we are live. The Beach Bum 84 is now underway. 84 laps total at Daytona here tonight in the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by AXO Sanitary Service and presented by MW Productions. And a great start here for everyone as they roll off into turns 1 and 2.
Matt Lacrosse gets about a car length lead over Jose Gonzalez on the outside. Jose's going to stick outside there. Ben Burnett's going to stay behind Matt Lacrosse as Jose's going to get a really good push on that outside going down into turn 3.
Jose Gonzalez, the man out of Puerto Rico, takes the lead here at Daytona, and he may lead the first lap here as the 60s now left out the drive. The 21 Matt Lacrosse out of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, is now looking to get behind Jose Gonzalez, and he will lead the first lap of the Daytona 84 here tonight. Jose Gonzalez in the 26.
Jose's going to beat Matt to the start-finish line there. And it looks like John Hickman and Ben Burnett's going to stay down on the bottom there. Hickman going to stay up top. Jose's going to jump back on the top as they go down the backstretch. Matt Lacrosse is going to hold that yellow line. Going to have Ben Burnett right behind him. It looks like they're going to be side by side, 2 wide, 4 rows deep as they head into turn 3.
As they're side-by-side racing here, one thing I want to point out here about the Fearless Racing team and also the Fearless Racers team. Chad Cole, who's not here tonight, the man out of Wisconsin, but C.J. LeBaire is. Matt Lacrosse is. Jose Gonzalez is. That's the Fearless Racing team. The Fearless Racers team, Douglas White, he's here. And Scott Simley and Brian Harvey. So with Doug Roth being out of the picture here tonight and Chad Cole, it looks like everybody has a teammate here.
Pretty much, as we've got the main pack, about a good 10 cars running up front. We've got a little bit of a second pack going back here, probably a couple of guys back here in the back running, just trying to probably be calm and watch out for that big one that could come here early. Try and get out of that trouble and try and make it to the end here.
If you look back here in the 10th position, you'll see the 89 car there of Neil with the 66 of Brian Harvey right behind him. Look up to the outside. That's the Black Dahlia. That's Dwayne Vincent. Look at him solo up there, but still getting the feed draft off of the 41 of Stefan Marinac, who's now exiting turn 2, just about 150 yards away from him, but still the draft works. Up front, though, into the wall, just brushing it ever so slightly, the 60 of John Hickman Jr. with the 91 of Jeff Eden pushing him. Now Eden goes for the lead. They're 3 wide in 3.
3 wide for the lead. It looks like somebody in the sucker hole is going to give it up and going to fall in line there. And it looks like that's going to be the, I can't happen to see that number, but it looks like Hickman is going to fall back and get in line.
So Jose Gonzalez still maintains the lead into 1 and out of 2 now, as Matt Lacrosse is still hooked up with him directly behind them. And part of that Fearless Racing sponsored car is Ben Burnett. Behind Ben, of course, the 33 of David Lanza, as John Hickman Jr. and the 91 start to mount back their charge coming into turn 3. But looking back further in the field again, Kyle, we see the 4 of C.J. LeBaire back in 10th spot, battling to the high side with Dwayne Vincent. He's got a good pusher behind him. Can he get to the front here?
Definitely. If Dwayne is definitely ready to go to the front. I'm sure if he hooks up with CJ, they will fly towards the front. Dwayne always very good anywhere he goes, no matter what car is. Ooh, and there's a little bit of tap there in the middle of the field. As it looks like the 15 got a little bit of a touch there through 1 and 2 there, slid up the racetrack, and is really starting to fall back now.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of tire rub there, so it'll be interesting to see if the tires hold up there, but just ever so slight, little bit of light white smoke coming from the rim of the one of the fenders there. Now we've got a new lead change as Jose Gonzalez swaps the position over to Matt Lacrosse, who is your pole sitter for tonight's event with a 60. The Clemson color Ford of John Hickman Jr. pushing him to the lead. His dancing partner, though, is Jeff Eden. It'll be interesting to see if those guys make them out for the charge to the high side and take the lead for their first time tonight. But look behind them, Dwayne Vincent started 12th, up to 5th in a matter of 6 laps.
Like I said earlier, Dwayne Vincent very good anywhere he goes. He's pretty much, I would say, a Pied Piper, especially here. He can definitely get from the back to the front, to the back to the front without being with ease, no matter what. So he is definitely somebody to watch out for today.
And two, I noticed he didn't bring old CJ LeVere along with him. CJ back in 10th spot, still hooked up with Adam Hiley, a newcomer to the league here. And of course, Neil directly behind them, trying to keep up with that Tango. Now here's something that we got to point out here, Kyle. Look at the front 5. Look at the top 5. There's 5 cars up there, all single file now, but Jose Gonzalez, being that 5th one back, is in danger of losing that draft. And behind them, you've got Josh Cheney and Ben Burnett, about half of a turn away, and those two are tandemed up. So Jose's got to be real careful here that he stays up with these lead pack.
Oh, definitely. That lead pack, Jose's got to make sure he does not check up too much, because if he does, he could lose that lead pack. But the way that second pack right there with Josh Cheney is, as they're lining up, it looks like if you just give them a couple more laps, they're going to catch up to that lead pack as they go too wide for the lead up front.
Beautiful views coming from you tonight by the MW production crew. Michael Woolley pushing the buttons for us down there, making it all look good for you folks. And as always, Michael keeping me up in the booth here tonight. Kyle Robinson, glad to have him up here with me as well tonight. Looking forward to a good finish and a good race. Race 1 of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, the Beach Bum 84. We're nearly 9 laps into the books this time by.
And I believe CJ didn't follow Dwayne earlier because I believe him and Stephen Marinac are going to be teaming up to try and just roll back here. I believe CJ wanted to try and get Stephen in the 41 up to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. And, talking about the teams here, Fearless Racing is on its 2nd year as a team. Of course, I named Chad Cole, LeVere, Lacrosse, Gonzalez, Douglas Wyatt, Doug Roth, Scott Simley, and Brian Harvey. They were also last year's champions at RSR. Again, Chad Cole, who won the 2013 Full Throttle Cup Series. He's part of the Fearless Racing gang. Stefan Marinac was the Fearless Racing RSR Assault Series champion. And all cars are sponsored by the ITSR Hippies Paint Shop and AXO Sanitary Services. Of course, the fine hippie paint shop painters, Douglas White, Jose Gonzalez, Stefan Marinac, Racing Tuesdays, Stephen Almendo. Although he's not racing, he's in school till May. And buddy, I can count to being in school. My wife is in pharmacy school, and when you're in school, you're in school. So Stephen Almendo, hopefully you're having fun while you're in there, and maybe the big money will pay out once you're done.
Definitely. And look who is in 2nd place right now. Dwayne Vincent in the number 13 is sitting right behind Matt Lacrosse. And I'm sure Matt right now is looking in his mirror going, oh my God, Dwayne, please don't run around me because I'm sure you'll run away.
Yeah, and Dwayne Vincent, of course, has been around a long time. Look at him go up, pull up in front of the 14 there to catch a little bit of draft from Josh Cheney and the 41 car of Stefan Marinac from 7th to 4th in about half of a lap. Now they're side by side, exiting turn 4. Lacrosse to the bottom, Vincent to the top. Can Vincent lead the Daytona 84 here tonight for the first time? Yes, sir, with a push from the 14 Chevy of Josh Cheney.
Looks like the 13 and the 14 are going to stick it on the outside, and look who is starting to come up front. Ooh, almost a little tap between the 37 and the 41, but CJ Levere and Stefan Marinac trying to get that high line working, and it looks like they're going to lose it as Dwayne Vincent jumps to the bottom in front of Matt Lacrosse and Jose Gonzalez as they head into turn 3.
As that battle wages on, I want to take you folks back here to 13th position where we'll find the 66 machine of Brian Harvey and the 7 machine of Ronnie Yielding. This group right here, Kyle, I really believe that they're kind of just laying back, letting that front pack there get the nerves worked out. If they wreck, this pack here, the second pack, has enough time to slow down for that wreck, and I believe that's why the separation has happened here. Also part of that pack, Scott Simley, Douglas Wyatt, Brian Woodruff, and Frank Kuntz, Stephen Herring, and also the 62 machine of John Wilco. So 20 men, 20 race car drivers on the lead lap. The first one being a lap down is Nathan Little, who's had a little bit of electrical problems so far tonight, but I think that 10 machine is set to go as long as we can get a caution here possibly and him get that lucky dog back.
Definitely, and these guys back here in the back that we're talking about, this even happens in real racing. These guys come to Daytona and Talladega, and you get those guys who want to settle in the back. They just want to sit there and they just want to run. As long as they're just a good enough distance behind the very first pack, who are racing 2 and 3 and sometimes even 4 wide for the lead, or even 10. These guys back here are just trying to run it out, like you said, trying to make sure they have enough space when those guys up front get way too aggressive.
Down the backstretch, 202 miles an hour. Vincent, who had lost the lead going into 3, hit 203, and now Matt Lacrosse leads them out of turn 4 to complete lap 15 out of 84, the Beach Bum 84 at Daytona International Speedway. You're watching ITSR Twisted Cup Series, the inaugural race, sponsored by Axo Sanitary Services and presented by MW Productions. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll return and get back to the action here at Daytona. back, and we just completed lap 16 here. The Beach Bum 80 for the ITSR Twisted Cup Series. And, yeah, 19, excuse me. I was looking at Nathan Little, who just went another lap down, and we were talking about that during the break, Kyle. Nathan Little now 2 laps down. He's got the draft now, but he's 2 down. You're talking about having 2 cautions and getting that lucky dog twice, and that's kind of tough, Kyle.
That is tough, but a lot of times when you have 1 caution, especially in the middle of a race, everybody gets their fuel right there just when everybody needs to pit. You know, you get that fuel, you get your tires, you don't have to pit anymore. People start getting a lot more aggressive, start thinking they really need to get to the front. Nathan can sit here with the draft now. He'd at least hang on till that first caution, so he can at least be 1 lap down. And I think if these guys get any more aggressive than they already are, we're definitely going to see more than just 1 caution.
Yeah, and really, if Nathan can get up there and kind of maybe contend back up towards the front there, it may not look so pretty to everyone else, but to him, hey, he's trying to win this race here tonight. You know, trying to win the inaugural ITSR Twisted Cup Series first race of his career. So he could push his way back up there, at least get back up in front of the lead pack and be 1 lap down, but really that's just hypothetical thinking there.
Definitely, as of right now, he's still in it. It looks like he's hooked on the back of CJ Lavaire's bumper up there on the top line. Looks like he's going to try and push him all the way to the front. If he can work his way up ahead of these guys and get one of these lead cars to push him and stay behind him, the lead cars might like that because they'll be behind somebody, saving that fuel. And then he'll be happy because he'll still only be 1 lap down. Caution comes out, he'll get to come all the way back around, get the lucky dog, and be back on the lead lap. So he's fighting hard to get that 2nd lap gone and only being 1 lap down.
And folks, if you're out there watching or know someone in iRacing that wants to find a league, this is a great one. This is the ITSR Twisted Cup Series. They've got 2 other type series that run on different nights, but this one is a full season TV broadcasting event. And champions will be crowned every 12 races. Money can be won every 12 races. Money can be won nearly every race. Weekly random drawing wins money, and you don't have to win the race to win. You can get 6 races for $18, and it'll include those prizes and the TV broadcast as well. And $100 goes towards the winner at the very end of the season, the 36-race season. And a $100 bonus for winning all 3 12-race blocks. This is the G6. It's the 10-0 of Nathan Little that's 2 laps down, nearly gets into the 91, as I saw there. But this is the G6 Fixed Setup Series that follows the NASCAR schedule. So if you know anyone out there that needs a league, hook them up with CJ Lavere or Mr. Douglas White.
As they're running down the backstretch, Brian Harvey in that 2nd back there, it looks like they just caught up to the front pack. And I guess they were thinking, well, we're 20 laps in. They're running side by side. I guess we can at least catch up to them. That way, if anything happens, we'll be right there. If nothing happens, we'll still be right there. We can stay with the guys. And it looks like Brian Harvey's going to jump to the outside and try and pass Neil in the 89 car there. And looks like Harvey's not going to get much help, but that side draft is going to help him propel to the front.
Yeah, and you said it best. I mean, you know, it's like someone whispered into their ear, or the crew chiefs of some of these drivers said, you know what, you guys need to get going. Go Ronnie Yielding. Go Neil. Go Brian Harvey. Catch them up. Catch them. And there may not be a caution here. We may not get what we need because these guys in about 15 laps, Kyle, are going to be coming down the pit road for green flag pit stops. Now, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about that for just a second. Coming off of turn 4, I saw it last night in the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series on Monday night. Coming out of turn 4, 2 guys, just 2 guys, coming down pit road, nearly spins it. One of them gets a pit road speeding penalty. I think it was Doug Roth. But, you know, that's tricky. 200 miles an hour down to 55 miles an hour getting on pit road.
Definitely, Michael. Getting on pit road here at Daytona is very, very hard. Go out on the highway, run your 70, 80 mile an hour speed limit as a 4 car, gonna jump to the outside And it looks like Nathan Little's going to start having his electrical problems again, blinking a little bit across the racetrack. But go out, get on your interstate, run top speed for about 50, 60, 70 miles, and then jump off the interstate and try and run 25, 30 mile an hour without speeding. It's tough. You get so in tune with that high speed that you're trying to run. It's really tough to come down to a lower speed and actually keep it steady there, because you feel like you're just inching along like an inchworm, just crawling along as everybody else is going to be flying past you while you're on pit road. You're doing 55 and everybody else is doing 202.
And not to mention, coming off the 31-degree banking out of turn 4 there, getting woed up and getting below the two yellow lines there to slow down and get down in there. So there's a lot at stake there, and then having to decipher whether or not to take 4, to take 2 tires, to put half a tank of fuel, to put 16 gallons, to put, you know, so there's a lot of different things that these guys have to communicate, not just only with themselves getting down pit road, but what they actually have to do once they get to pit road. So it can be kind of critical, and we're going to start seeing some guys come down pit road here in the next probably 10 to 15 laps, and that's what's going to make this fun for us here to watch as it unfolds.
Jeff Eden in turn 3 there getting a little bit of bump from John Higman Jr. there, wiggling just a little bit, but it looks like they calmed down just a bit back there. Like you were saying on pit stops, there are so many different strategies. 2 tires, 4 tires, full tank, 2 tires, left sides only, right sides only. If you're going to take no tires, you got to make sure you get on pit road and you don't slide your tires in your pit box. If you only take a right sides, you definitely got to not slide your tires. Got to make sure you take care of them tires so you can get back on track, not have any problems. Even though Daytona is not a very abrasive racetrack, it doesn't wear the tires out as much. But at 200 miles an hour, if you flat spot them tires on pit road because you almost missed your pit box, it's definitely going to put some wear on there, and you're not going to have that grip in those corners to keep up that speed. And it looks like we're going to have a pass for the lead as CJ Lavera is going to push Jose Gonzalez out to the front on the outside.
Absolutely, yeah. CJ Lavera pushing Jose to the lead there as Matt Lacrosse is going to give it up, Kyle. He had led for the last 10 laps or so, and now he's going to give up and surrender the lead to Jose Gonzalez once more. Now, who hasn't led here tonight yet? The number 4 machine of CJ Lavera. Can he get around Gonzalez and make his first lap of history here in the ITSR Twisted Cup Series?
Adam Hiley and the 7, Ronnie Yielding are going to come down pit road, and looks like they're going to short stop here on lap 29. Seems to be just a tiny bit early, but hey, these guys might be able to make it. They may be thinking there's going to be a yellow with about 20, 30, 10, 20 to go. They might be waiting on that.
Yeah, 3 cars down on pit road. You said it. Ronnie Yielding, who the right sides are going up on that car, and in front of him, I saw what would have been I believe it was the John Higman Jr. Yeah, the 60 car came down with him. And Adam Hiley, as you mentioned. So 3 cars down pit road, and they are not connected up. That's bad news there. Bad pit stop there for those guys. I bet they're probably going to regret that as the leaders go past the 7 of Ronnie Yielding.
Definitely is. Adam on the backstretch going to have no help whatsoever trying to get up to speed. He's going to have to wonder if these guys are going to either let him in line, go right by him and just blow past him and not give him any help, and see how he can fall in line and try and be that lucky dog now. Try and fight those other guys off for that lucky dog spot if the caution does come out.
Yeah, right now John Higman Jr. just got past, so he's the first one to get that lucky dog. But as you mentioned, Adam is in danger of losing that spot. But some more coming down pit road. Ben Burnett breaks down below the apron there to go down pit road. Following behind him, the 33 of David Lanza, Harvey, and Simley and Herring and Wilco.
Lots of cars hitting pit road this time by. Definitely a good group of guys here. Maybe they're going to all synchronize their pit stops. That way they can come off a pit road a lot better than those other guys can. Get grouped up. The faster they can group up and get single file, they can start catching the other guys.
And I checked with racing officials, and all of them came in 55 miles an hour, no speeding tickets for anyone, and they are all out and away. And as you mentioned, they're grouped up 2 by 2 by 2, and that's what you want. Coming out of pit road, you want to be hooked up with your partner, and that's what Ben Burnett is doing with Lanza, and so on and so forth. And the leaders now are pitting.
All the leaders are going to drop down pit road, and that's going to give Douglas Wyatt and Jeff Eden the top 2 spots. Frank Kuhn's going to run 3rd now, still out on the racetrack and have not pitted just yet.
Matt Lacrosse safely into the pit stop, and Ford takes the right sides only on that car. The 26 machine, Jose Gonzalez, who was running 4th, is out and away in front of Lacrosse. Lacrosse a little slow getting out of the pit stop. Lavere behind them. Vincent, the 14 car, they're kind of too wide as they nearly hit. Oh, Kyle, did they touch? Did Lavere touch?
I believe they did. I believe they touched just a little bit.
Luckily, both cars, I don't think they'll deem it necessary to give them a black flag, but it was close going above that yellow line, but both able to stay below into the apron. Man, that could have been disastrous.
Definitely. They just barely touched just a little bit. Not sure exactly what happened there, but it looked like CJ tried to go around Lacrosse there and just got a little loose on trying to get on the throttle and everything, and just kind of came down and gave him a little bump. And the whole field now starting to group back up.
And Douglas Wyatt, who was your race leader, he's just now coming out of pit road. He pitted with Jeff Eden, who was running 2nd. So now put the number 5 machine tandemed up with the number 91 car of Jeff Eden. The graffiti looking forward here tonight at the ITSR as the leaders are approaching very quickly, exiting turn 2. Adam Hiley. Oh, gosh, that was close.
Oh, not sure what's going to go on there. Couple of rules being broke there. Not sure if anybody passed anybody other than the 2 lap cars coming off of pit road there. Definitely cannot. It's against the rules to cross that double yellow line to pass. Not sure what the officials are going to do about that, but that was really, really close.
As the pit stops continue to cycle through, your race leader being shown on the track now, Adam Hiley and Jose Gonzalez. The man out of Puerto Rico are 1 and 2. David Lanza sits 3rd. Behind him, Ben Burnett in 4th. Matt Lacrosse rounds out the top 5.
Adam Hiley going to lead with Jose Gonzalez right behind him. Going to give him a good little push. They've got a car length on the 33 of David Lanza, but it looks like he's going to get that suck up right onto Jose's back bumper. They're single file pretty much all the way back.
And 6th spot being shown to C.J. Lavere now. Dwayne Vincent will be 7th. Josh Cheney 8th. Stefan Marinac 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Scott Simley. With that said, we're done with pit stops. We're still green flag racing. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the MW Productions race of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by Axo Sanitary Services, the Beach Bum 84. Don't go away.
In every life, there is a line that cannot be crossed without leaving everything behind, except faith. Once that step is taken, there is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny. There is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny.
welcome back where there's a new leader on the racetrack at Daytona. Adam Hiley has just taken over the lead here in the Beach Bum 84. But props to CJ Lavere for getting him up there as Jose Gonzalez runs second, Lavere third, Vincent fourth, and here comes Matt Lacrosse, the Ford machine, in fifth, looking for a hungry first position spot here tonight.
Jose Gonzalez is going to leave Adam out to dry, jumping to the outside, let CJ push Jose up to the front. CJ's going to cooperate and push Jose up to the front, and they're going to run away. Going to leave Dwayne Vincent out to dry on the outside. CJ's going to jump to the outside, knowing Dwayne's up there, but he's not going to stay. He's going to hop back in line with Jose.
Just behind them, another battle shaping up. The 10 car, actually at Nathan Little, who's being shown 2 laps down, is trying to do what I said. Kyle, he's trying to get up there and fight for at least 1 lap back, but that's the 33 orange-black car of David Lanza underneath him as Nathan Little tries to squeeze a little bit of the door of the car, but can't quite do it. And the 37 of Ben Burnett is trying to sneak his way up into the top 5 for the first time tonight, but still side-by-side racing here at Daytona as Vincent looks for the lead.
And here we come out of turn 4, coming to lap 42. And I believe if these guys do 1 more lap, Michael Woolley said somebody's going to get a good little prize come the end of the race. These guys are getting very, very aggressive. They are too wide.
They're
about 4 rows
They're crossing their
back.
fingers, Kyle. They're crossing their fingers, Kyle.
Oh, they are. They're crossing them. I bet you they're crossing legs, toes, everything, trying to make sure they come back around this racetrack to the start-finish line still under green.
Half a lap. Can anybody mess it up? Dwayne Vincent's trying to. He's door to door with Jose Gonzalez in 3. They're door to door behind them in 2nd and 3rd spot with Lacrosse. And now the 5 of Adam Hiley. They come out of turn 4. The flagman's grinning, and so is Michael Woolley. The winner of the race will receive a little bit of a bonus check tonight, so congratulations. These guys have kept it green for 42 consecutive laps for the inaugural Daytona Beach Bum 84 race here tonight at ITSR Twisted Cup Series. Man, and who led it? Was it Vincent?
Jose Gonzalez had the lead by .062 seconds.
Wow. So give props to Jose Gonzalez for leading that 42-lap race to the green there, I guess you could call it. But now there's a new leader on the racetrack, and before break we had 8 lead changes, and I think there's been 2 or 3 since then, so nearly 11 double-digit, at least, lead changes at Daytona tonight. Nothing unusual.
Oh no, Matt Lacrosse gonna jump out of line after pushing Dwayne Vincent up to the front. Gonna try and take that lead back and see if he can get a lead. As and they touch just a little bit going into turn 2.
Yeah, look at Nathan Little up there. I love it. I love the competitiveness. He's up there. He's like, look, it's not going to go caution, and if it does, I'm not going to get another one probably. So he's up there fighting for at least 1 lap back. Then he can get the lucky dog back on track. I know he's had his electrical problems, but I think he's okay now as he's pushing Lacrosse. Just got to be careful there not to wreck the lead back here, but Nathan Little trying everything he can, leaving it all hanging out here at Daytona as Vincent and Gonzalez still continue to be the race leaders.
Lacrosse still getting that good run with Nathan Little right behind him. Like you said, Nathan trying to do everything he can to get back on this lead lap, or at least 1 lap down only. Matt Lacrosse trying to use that side draft to slow down that inside line to get him a little bit more of a push coming out of the corners here. CJ Lavere sitting right there behind Matt Lacrosse and Jose Gonzalez. And I believe his teammate in the 41 is Stefan Marinick on that outside line right behind the 10, and Nathan Little with a 14 right behind him. This is a good little pack right here. A lot of cars, still a lot of chances to try and get up front.
Looking back here at the 6th place position car, Adam Hiley. 15 car. He's got his hands full with Nathan Little to the outside. I saw the 41 of Stefan Marinac earlier, and David Lanza hooked up. And that 14 also, Josh Cheney looks really fast as Ben Burnett looks under him for the position there in the 8th spot. But look at them side by side all the way back to 8th spot, 2 rows deep.
And a couple of guys way back here in the second pack, about 15, 16 seconds behind the lead pack here. Blaine Woodruff, John Higman Jr., John Wilco, and Stephen Herring and Neil.
They're just waiting.
They're just back here. They're waiting. They're the two guys who really missed out, Frank Coons and Ronnie Yielding, they're out there on the racetrack all by themselves, 30 to 38 seconds behind the leaders. And with those leaders doing about 200 miles an hour every lap, that's definitely going to catch them up to them real quick. And then Nathan Little going to not be a lap down, lead lap car to get on that lucky dog.
In fact, Jose Gonzalez 201 into turn 3, but the fastest man on the racetrack was the 41 of Stefan Marinac, hitting the 204 mark just for a half of a second, if you could call it, maybe a microsecond. He hit the 204 mark behind Nathan Little. I'm telling you, that 10 car is getting, ever so closely. And speaking of close, man, the 41 car nearly took a ride down the front stretch as him and Vincent nearly got into it. But Nathan Little doing everything he can as now Matt Lacrosse drifts up into the middle of track, nearly rubbing doors with the 10. Kyle?
Lacrosse trying to do everything he can to try and not get that 10 car to get up front, as the 41's going to push him up front. Said, screw this, I've got a drafting partner who's not going to take my position away from me. I push him to the lead, I can sit behind him and keep the lead.
Now the 41 gonna have to back off and separate, at least for the moment I'm being, because of the oil pressure, the water pressure. These cars are being pushed to the limits here at Daytona, especially doing 203, 204 coming into the corners. You gotta give the car a little bit of breathing room, and that's what the 41 car's doing. Now you see them starting to drift back. You see Lacrosse now about half of the car length now closing in the gap to Gonzalez to push back on his bumper, but let the car breathe, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of people letting off here. Still early, 48 laps have been completed. We're over the halfway century mark, I guess you could call it, Kyle, in the Beach Bum 84.
Just past the halfway mark, and it has been a crazy race. These guys have been racing hard. They've got a lap car trying to race back to get one of his laps back, and it has just been crazy, crazy, crazy as these guys are running 2 and sometimes even 3 wide for 4th place.
And just to give you a quick rundown of the whole complete field, there's 21 drivers, one being 2 laps down. That's Nathan Little back at 21st. But the 26 of Jose Gonzalez leads the Daytona race here tonight. Behind him, Matt Lacrosse in 2nd, Dwayne Vincent 3rd, Stefan Marinac 4th, Adam Hiley 5th, CJ LeVere 6th, David Lanza 7th, Ben Burnett 8th, Scott Simley 9th, and Josh Chaney going to run out the top 10.
11th going to be Brian Harvey, 12th Douglas Wyatt, Jeff Eden going to be in 13th, Blaine Woodruff in 14th, John Higman Jr. in 15th, John Wilco in 16th, Stephen Herring 17th, Neil Fasescas in 18th, Frank Coons in 19th, and Ronnie Yielding in 20th, with Nathan Little sitting in last place. Looks like he got his lap back, going to sit up front in front of Jose. Ooh, and it's going to be close now.
I'd hug the bottom, too. Hug the bottom, Nathan. Hug the bottom.
And it looks like he's going to try, but it looks like CJ is going to give his teammate Stefan Marinac a good little push on that outside line to try and get him a lap down, another lap down than he already is.
They're going to have to push. CJ LeVere's going to really have to push Marinac for all he's worth, and that could really be quite bad for the freaky fast Chevy of CJ LeVere as they come into turn 2. You can get kind of tricky. He may try to push a little too hard. As you see him having to separate just a little bit now, allowing the 14 machine to sneak his way into the 2nd spot here at Daytona as Gonzalez still pushes the 10 of Nathan Little. He's 1 lap down. If a caution were to come out now, he'd get the lucky dog. And I tell you, Nathan Little deserves some credit for getting up there and at least racing his way back onto the lead lap.
Definitely, Nathan deserves a lot of credit for the race he's run. He may have started pretty much 2 laps down this race, but he is running like he is a race leader.
Yeah, I can't tell you, I can't speak for all the other drivers now out there saying, hey, he's 2 laps, you know, but they know what's going on. They know this is the inaugural race. And look, here's some bad news for the 7 car of Frank. The 48 of Frank Kuntz and the 7 car of Ronnie Yielding, Kyle, the 19th and 20th spot cars in danger. Very much danger of going down a lap.
14 car going to get below the yellow line, but hop back up. Looks like he's going to jump to the outside, trying to get that side draft, see if somebody will go with him. Nope, they're going to stay single file all the way back to 10th place.
And the top 11 cars just now passing the start-finish line to complete lap 53 here at Daytona. 12th is back there where the 91 car sits. Jeff Eden and the 5 of Douglas Wyatt. They're kind of out of harm's way for now. But the front 11 are all really pretty much nose to tail as the 10 car, Nathan Little, kind of leads the pack there, but don't let it fool you. The 26 machine, Jose Gonzalez leads, but look at the mounting charge of 14 and 21 to the high side in 3.
14 out of 21 jumping to the outside. 14 of Josh Cheney wanting to try and lead himself some laps. Matt Lacrosse going, okay, I feel like I can push you. They come out of turn 4 and Lacrosse says, screw it, we didn't get it that lap. Let's jump back in line and see if we can try again next lap.
And remember what I said, the 7 car, the 48 car of Frank Kuntz. Look how close, Kyle. They're a half a turn, nearly to a full turn away from going down a lap, and that makes this lucky dog race a little bit more fun. You'll have Nathan Little 1 lap down, and you'll have Ronnie 1 lap down, and Frank 1 lap down, but Jose Gonzalez, he's looking to put the 10 another lap down, but he's holding on to that bottom lane. Now he's got Cheney there to help him as Cheney leads for the first time tonight.
Jose made a really big mistake. He jumped on the outside line. Nobody wanted to go with him. And it looks like the 10 of Nathan Little is just going to go bye. As the 14 of Josh Cheney takes the lead across the line, he's going to jump to the outside. And Lacrosse is going to go with him. And it looks like Nathan Little is going to have a little bit of a problem here if nobody will hop down in line and stay with him.
Yeah, looks like the 14 going to try to the outside move out of 2-0 and gets close to the right rear quarter panel. Lacrosse going to go with him. The man who's a lap down, now 2 laps down, is going to fall back into the line there and lose his lap. And up ahead, danger, danger, danger. 2 other cars going to be forced to be a lap down. Oh, as one goes down pit road, and hey, we got some green flag pit stops. I think I just seen the 15 dive in.
Yes, the 15 of Adam Hiley going to drop down pit road 2. It looks like he's going to come down pit road and get his service as well.
So 2nd pit stops here tonight. Green flag pit stops, and the 7 car of Ronnie Yielding just overshot the pits. You got to wonder if Adam Hiley and Ronnie Yielding are working together. It just seemed like Yielding went in, and then all of a sudden you seen that 15 car dive in. So now Adam with the right sides down on the car. He's up and away. He'll follow in pursuit. Ronnie let out of the throttle. Yeah, they're teamed up there, Kyle.
Definitely Ronnie Yielding actually getting a good pit stop this time with actually somebody coming down with him and coming off at the same time as him. So now Ronnie's got somebody to draft with this entire time. But these leaders are coming quick as they start to come out of that tri-oval.
It'll be interesting to see if they can keep up pace here because the 7 car is already 1 lap down. Now the 15 car back underneath the rear deck lid of the 7 of Ronnie Yielding as they go down the backstretch. I don't think the leaders can quite catch them. They're a full straightaway ahead.
Matt Lacrosse is ahead of Nathan Little. Nathan Little 2 laps down. Jose Gonzalez right there in 2nd, going to be a couple of car lengths back, but he's got Dwayne Vincent right there in 3rd place behind him. Going to give him a good little shove coming off of turn 4. See if how many more cars are going to hop off pit lane this time by. It looks like no takers.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if that was a scheduled stop there for the 15 machine of Adam Hiley, which I think it was. So we'll start seeing hopefully some other green flag pit stops here shortly. 59 being shown on the board now. So it'll be around 34 laps to go here as they pass the start-finish line as Matt Lacrosse still continues to lead. Gonzalez 2nd, Vincent 3rd, Marinac 4th, and C.J. LeVere rounding out the top 5, all within fighting contention distance.
It definitely seemed like a scheduled pit stop for the 15. He pitted on lap 30 last time by and pitted this time on lap 57, so about 27, 30 laps. This, Adam's running on fuel. That doesn't seem all that good, but he can make it the rest of the way from here.
The leader's running single file here, trying to get a little bit of, I guess you could call it anxiety off their backs here a little bit, and to maybe prepare for the big, the big one here at the end.
Probably, because the closer these guys get to the end, the more aggressive they're going to be trying to get to the front. And the more aggressive you get, the closer you are against somebody, and the closer you are, as we have some more cars, the 33 going to jump off onto pit road along with the 37.
The 37 from Ben Burnett may have been caught for speeding. When I seen him come in, Kyle, it looked like he was doing around 70 miles an hour. When he hit the commitment cone, he was doing over 60. Pit road speed limit, 55, so we'll see if he gets stuck here. Lanza's out and away. Looks like the Ben Burnett machine is being held. Ben Burnett penalized, speeding on pit road. That's going to kill the 37 car, and it's also going to kill the 33 machine of David Lanza, Kyle.
And yes, it is. I just got word from Ben Burnett's crew chief. He did get a speeding penalty for too fast entering pit road. Definitely going to take him out of contention for the win here.
Yeah, and really, it really hurts David Lanza, too, his drafted buddy who came down with him. Lanza, 17th spot in that 33 car, no one around him to draft with, so that's really tough for both of those guys.
Oh yeah, that's going to be really, really tough. It sucks to get down pit road, speed, and then lose your drafting partner and just take yourself out of contention. But that's what happens when you get closer to the end. Stress just gets up and you make mistakes.
So now make 8 lead cars up in the front pack. There's actually 9 up there, but don't let the 10 car fool you. That's Nathan Little. He's 2 laps down. He's been fighting for his life up there. He's right behind the race leader, Matt Lacrosse. He's been in front of this lead pack, leading Gonzalez for a little bit. Then he led Matt Lacrosse for a little bit, but then he got around him. So these guys are going to be pitting, and Nathan Little's going to have to pit as well. And I'll tell you, without a caution here, I hate to say that C word or the Y word for yellow, but without a caution, Nathan Little, he's just not going to be able to run it and get that lap back that he needs. So it's just tough.
Couple of more guys dropping down pit road, the 66 of Brian Harvey, and it looks like the 68 of Scott Simley also going to drop down pit road, get their service done for the last time.
Well, it looks like Simley putting the left side tires up on that car, that 68 machine, and full tank of gas, no right sides, and the 66 of Harvey will be out and away behind him, so we know that they're teamed up. Good stops for those guys. No speeding penalties. That's always a plus, right?
And the rest of the leaders, except for 2, going to drop down pit road, come down this time by. Going to be really tight squeeze there as everybody gets on pit road. Don't think anybody got a speeding penalty, but that's going to be really close.
Yeah, it looks like everybody got woed up just in time as I look through the speed box here. The LeVere down pit road. The 41 of Marinac, Vincent. Like you mentioned, all the leaders down pit road. Now Nathan Little will be coming down solo pit road.
Josh Cheney getting on pit road kind of hard there, almost spinning himself and losing it. Nice little correction as all them guys are going to come off pit road pretty much together and make themselves a little 5-group pack.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what you don't want to hear, 5 cars in one pack, Kyle. You got Vincent and Cheney more than likely going to work together here as they exit onto the backstretch. You got Lacrosse and LeVere tacked up. But look at Stefan Marinac, 4th spot in the 41 machine. nobody around. You got two guys trying to catch him. That's the 7 of Ronnie Yielding and Adam Hiley. But there's no one for Marinac. The 41 machine, the defending RSR Asphalt Assault champion. He's all alone.
Jose Gonzalez and Nathan Little pit together, and it looks like Nathan didn't get as good a pit stop as Jose did. Jose's going to be way out ahead of Nathan. Nathan going to lose that lap again still. And it looks like this time he's going to be put way back there in the pack. Not going to be able to fight up to the front very easy this time.
Yeah, and Vincent and the 14 of Josh Cheney, who are now probably going to be your leaders as it cycles through, will pass them on the high side. There they go, 202 miles an hour as Gonzalez and Nathan Little running 180 as the two front men separate and swap sides.
And that swapping there is going to give a run to the 21 of Matt Lacrosse. And it looks like Lacrosse is going to catch up and make this a 3-car run.
Oh! Here we go! First caution, the 7 car!
Oh, and the 48
7
gets
car.
hit just trying to come off of pit road.
I can't know if the caution's out or not.
I don't believe
think we're still
the yellow. There it is. The yellow has finally come out.
Wow. It all started with the 7 car of Ronnie Yielding and Jose Gonzalez. Ronnie is just going to take it a little too close coming down the front stretch, get into the right side of Jose Gonzalez and send him spinning. And finally, the 41 machine is just going to come back up onto the track, hit the wall, and bring the caution out on lap 67.
The 48 of Frank Coons just trying to come off a pit road, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 2 cars, boom, right into the side of his car, and he just, whoa, where did them guys come from? He had a chance to get up there, and the 48 of Frank Coons just getting sideswiped and just plowed right coming off a pit road.
Yeah, that's going to be the after effects there that you see. Frank Kuntz is going to stay where he's supposed to. He's below the yellow line. The 7 car of Ronnie Yielding just getting into that 41 machine is going to bring them into the 48 car of Frank. And like you said, Frank was just like an innocent bystander there. And that's just a tough break there for him. And our first caution here tonight on lap 66. Going to take a few hard hitters out. Gonzalez is going to be one of them. Marinac. But it's going to reset the field here for us tonight, Kyle, as the caution is out for the first time tonight at the Beach Bum 84.
Got Ronnie Yielding here. Ronnie, we just saw that accident. Could you kind of tell us what happened there? Did you get just a little too close and get sucked around?
Yeah, I grabbed one of the cars trying to bring a little bit too close to the car.
Do you think you might have enough time to get that thing repaired to get back out there on the track and at least run for a couple more positions to gain a little bit of bonus points?
Well, I'll see what car comes out with, you know, at the end of the, after they get through fixing it. I don't know if they'll be able to gain any spots, but we'll just try to keep up with the points, see where we're at.
All right, yeah, Ronnie Yielding, thank you for that. Sorry you got into that wreck. That's kind of sucks here in the first race of the season.
Yeah, it does. Daytona is just, you know, you run real close, and sometimes things just happen.
All right, Ronnie, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see if we can get the race leader here, Matt Lacrosse. Matt Lacrosse, this is Mike Keaton up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Man, I tell you what, 68 laps in now, but 66 in, and the caution finally fell. Is it a relief to see the caution, or did you want to see this thing stay green?
Well, from what we heard down here, Mr. Woolley was going to give us some money if it stayed green, so I'd like to see it stay green and win the thing, but You know.
Matt, the money's been made, buddy. The bonus has been paid out. That was the 42 lap mark. You guys did that.
Okay. Apparently, CJ and the guys were going to do another 5 if it went caution free. So maybe I just misunderstood.
Yeah, I tell you what, Matt, though, we've been seeing some fine racing. I mean, you know, 66 laps in to the inaugural Beach Bum 84 race here with the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by AXO Sanitary Services and presented by MW Productions. We've seen some great racing tonight. You've been out in the front for the most part. How's it really been for the driver's perspective out there?
Oh, man, it's been real fun. A lot of familiar names. I'm racing around every day that I race with, so I really don't have too many worries about who to trust and who I don't like to be around. I pretty much like to be around everybody, and I trust everybody. So we got about 13, 14 laps to go when we go green here. So we'll just try to stay up front and see if we get a chance to be there at the end.
All right, sir. We'll get that. See if you can't get that 21 machine Ford in victory lane tonight at Daytona.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I see, Matt.
Got Adam Hiley here, new guy here. Adam, can you tell us a little bit of how your race is going?
It ain't too bad. Needed a little help finding partners here and there, but I've been able to manage, I guess.
Well, that 13 of Dwayne Vincent's really, really fast. You're going to try and hook up with him, and at least try and push him to the front a little bit, because if you can stay with him, I'm pretty sure you can at least pull off a second place.
Well, I don't know, because it doesn't seem like anyone really wants to hook up with me, so I'm just going to find the holes and pick my way up there, I guess.
Got that rookie syndrome going on there. We know how that is sometimes. Nobody wants to run with you yet because they don't respect you enough because they've never been with you. So, yeah, you do kind of have to go out there and prove yourself, and you kind of are sitting up there in the top 5.
Yeah, I was trying to devise a fuel strategy to try and keep myself up here, and it seems to have worked okay so far.
Definitely keep everything up there, Adam, and probably be talking to you at the end of the race.
All right, thanks.
See if we can't get the number 68 Ford Fusion of Scott Simley. Scott Simley, this is Mike Keene up in the booth. You got a copy? Scott Simley, this is Mike up in the booth. You got a copy? Scott, I may be having technical difficulties there with the race control, race communication system, but I tell you, Scott Simley has been impressive tonight. I really wanted to talk with him and see his perspective on the race here tonight. As we get set to go back green, the pace lights are off, and I tell you, you know, Kyle, 66 laps out of 84, we finally see the first yellow, and it was really one of those close to being a non-caution, I guess if you could call it that. We talked to Ronnie Yielding and got his perspective, but it was so close it could have been prevented, but nonetheless the yellow did fly.
Definitely, these guys have been running hard, close, and fast here at this racetrack, trying to do everything they can to run as long as they can under green, make sure they get that 5 bonus dollars that Michael Woolley was going to pay out to the race winner. Matt Lacrosse definitely trying to do what he can to finish up there. Adam Hiley trying to do what he can to prove that he is ITSR rookie material to sit up with these guys, race with them, and earn their respect.
Yeah, and with these closing laps, I don't think the 15 of Adam Hiley is going to have a problem finding a drafting partner. You know, some of these guys' teammates are already out of the race. They got involved with that last wreck, like Jose Gonzalez being part of that Fearless Racing group. He was caught up in the race or the wreck. So we'll have to see here, but I don't think he'll have a problem. He's in 4th spot. He's up high. He'll have the number 13 car, Vincent, to work with. As you mentioned, a great race car driver behind him. He's got Scott Simley, who we tried to talk to. Now, it's interesting to see if Scott Simley, he may have a little bit of issue with the spotter. He couldn't get us. He may not be able to talk to a spotter. So we'll have to see if Scott Simley can rattle the cages here as we get set to go back green.
Green flag gonna drop. Matt Lacrosse gonna get the really good jump. CJ LeBaire right behind him. Dwayne Vincent gonna fall way back into 4th place, gonna hop in line, and he's gonna sit there as they're 3 wide for 5th place there. Adam Hiley gonna be stuck there in the middle, Brian Harvey on the bottom, and Ben Burnett on the outside, and it looks like they're gonna fall back in line 2 wide.
Yeah, Scott, or Adam Hiley didn't quite get that start that he needed, and that allowed the 37 Ben Burnett to really get a jump, and it made Scott Simley get on the brakes a little bit. But now we'll see the 15 of Adam go high, looking for a dancing partner. No, sir, not yet, as Harvey runs 6th. Now make that 5th.
They're single file all the way back to Frank, who's going to fall back just a little bit. Stephen Herring's going to be the last one in line in that lead pack. Neil and Frank going to be a good couple of seconds back there. Not running together. I guess Frank's got a little bit of damage, not able to keep up with anybody. Stefan Marinac with some too, and Douglas White, obviously, lots of damage. No hood on that race car whatsoever.
The top 4 with dancing partners apiece. The 66 of Brian Harvey being shown in 5th spot. He's going to team up with the 15 rookie of Adam Hiley here in the series. Adam Hiley's going to look to the high side now there to see if he can't get that car a little bit of breathing room as the 68 machine of Scott Simley starts to close his way into the front pack and bringing John Hickman Jr. and that Clemson Tiger colored paint scheme Ford Fusion to the front as well. 10 to go next time by, Kyle.
Running down the backstretch, Adam trying to use everything he can to do what he can to get up front by himself. Dwayne gonna jump to the outside, gonna try and pull up to the front. Adam gonna drop down to the bottom. Looks like they're gonna have an outside line now, try and run to the front. Dwayne Vince gonna lead that top line. Matt LaCrosse gonna lead the bottom with CJ Lavera right behind him as they're 2 wide back there for 4th place.
The front 3, LaCrosse, Matt LaCrosse, Lavere, Lanza. The 13 of Vincent sits 4th, leading the high side charge here at Daytona, coming out of 2. The 15 of Adam Hiley up top with him. Alongside him, the 60 of John Hickman Jr. They're starting to gap them up, side by side, 3rd on back.
The 15 going to give the 13 a good little shove down the backstretch into turn 3. Going to get just off of him, and they're going to sit right there side by side. 2 wide, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows deep as they run to the start-finish line, and it's going to be LaCrosse for that lap by half a car length.
The Black Dahlia getting one of the biggest pushes of the race by the 15 of Adam Hiley. Also in the charge and mixed with that as well as the 60. John Hickman Jr. Now look at the 91 of Jeff Eaton, who's been having some audio problems here tonight in his communication. He's up in the front for the first time tonight, closely to the 60, the back rear deck lid as they go down the front backstretch in turn 3.
And as these guys are running side by side, they better single up or get ready here quick, because Douglas White is right in front of them, the slower lap damage car of the 5. These guys are running hard for that lead, and it's going to be LaCrosse by 0.007 seconds that lap by. And it looks like Vincent's going to get a good enough push. Vincent's going to take the lead coming out of 2. Oh, and
caution's out
on the back.
Caution's out the second time tonight at Daytona, and it's going to happen with. Oh, it looked like it was. It looked like it was Jose Gonzalez.
Scott Simley going to get a little bit. Jose Gonzalez getting a little bit of a shove by the 14, and Simley just a victim of that.
So Jose Gonzalez for a second time unlucky. And the 14 looks like I believe that's Cheney.
Josh Cheney, yes.
Yeah, Josh Cheney. Yep. It didn't look intentional. It just looked like he was trying to give him a nice shove into turn 2 there, and it loosened him up.
Like I said at the beginning of the race, if you're set up wrong or anything, giving a shove through these corners is definitely going to get you loose, and he hit him right on the left side of that rear bumper, and that's going to turn you around if you're not careful. Good 4 or 5 cars involved there.
As the cleanup crew goes to work, Kyle, we're going to take a quick commercial break and bring you back to hopefully it's going to be one heck of a race here in the inaugural Beach Bum 84 Race 1 of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by Axo Sanitary Services and presented by MW Productions, and Michael Woolley doing a fantastic job pushing the buttons down there and making this possible for all of us tonight is Dwayne Vincent, the Black Dahlia, the Black Diamond, the Rattlesnake out there in the Cessna Chevrolet making it happen. Can he win Race 1? We'll find out here in a few moments.
Hi, I'm Todd Malmstrom, driver of the 75M Ford Mustang GT. This is what I do by night. And this is what I do by day. I sell new Fords, and I've got the best selection of used inventory that you could ask for. Come see me down here at Sexton Ford.
Are you tired of getting hassled at the dealerships? Looking for a salesman that knows what he's talking about? Are you looking to buy a new or used car? Then look no further! Sexton Ford Moline, Illinois has the biggest selection of new or pre-owned vehicles, and Todd Malmstrom is the salesman you want. Todd is an expert when it comes to cars, and if you don't believe me, then you should see him race on a Sunday night. With his top-notch professional customer service and expertise, he will make sure you go home in the right car for the right price. No hassle! No haggling! Todd will make sure that you're happy when you leave the lot with your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, Sexton Ford may be the talk of the town, but so is Todd Malmstrom. If you're in the market for a new ride, then buy one from a winner. Todd Malmstrom at Sexton Ford Moline.
And welcome back. We're getting word, Kyle, that we're going to get the 1-to-go signal next time by. And also, you've got a little development on Josh Cheney.
Josh Cheney, let's see if we can get him. Seems like with the damage, and he's going to get an EOL penalty as well, possibly for causing that accident.
Yep.
Even though it wasn't intentional, he still was the full cause of it.
Yep, and let's see, trying to do my math here. Now, Michael Woolley was getting on to me earlier about my math problems here. Let's see, 80 laps. There'll be 4 to go at the line this time by, 3 to go when we go back green. So if a caution were to come back out after we go back green, Kyle, I think this race would be over.
Definitely no green flag, green white checkered restarts here in iRacing, unfortunately. If it goes green, it goes green. If it doesn't, it's yellow, and whoever comes across the line in line is going to win it. And it looks like Dwayne Vincent sitting up there up front with Matt Lacrosse on his outside. Adam Hiley on the inside there, and CJ LeVere. This is a good little front two rows here that might really mix it up.
Yeah, I got to say that Vincent's probably sitting in the catbird seat, but look at Adam Hiley. You know, he mentioned on the broadcast while we had him in the booth with us about finding a drafting partner. He's doing pretty daggum good for himself to be third without one. So Adam Hiley doing a great job here tonight at the first race of the year. The 1-to-go signal has been given. There's 4 laps to go. Right now, 3 when we go back green, and the front 5. Dwayne Vincent, Matt Lacrosse, Adam Hiley, C.J. LeVere, John Hickman Jr., and rounding out the top 10, David Lanza 6th, Jeff Eaton 7th, Brian Harvey 8th, Scott Simley 9th, and Brian Woodruff, the 71 machine, coming into the 10th spot currently right now.
Ben Burnett in 11th, Neil in 12th, Douglas Wyatt in 13th, John Wilco in 14th, Frank Coombs in 15th, Jose Gonzalez going to sit back in 16th after that accident and pit stops, Stephen Herring in 17th, Josh Cheney in 18th, Stefan Marinak in 19th, Nathan Little only 1 lap down this time, and Ronnie Yielding rounding out the field, 13 laps down, still on pit road trying to get it fixed.
Yeah, we see Dwayne Vincent running the field into turn 3 here at 70 miles an hour. The brand new nice Ford Mustang pace car just out ahead. A Chevy on the front row, a Ford on the front row, and 2 Chevys on the second row. I feel sorry for the Ford.
I don't know, Matt Lacrosse, he may not have any manufacturing help out there, but I believe he's got some good buddies right there behind him.
We're about to find out as the green flag drops, and so does the gas pedals as Vincent leads us to the green. And we're about to see one heck of a show with 3 fingers in the air, this time by Vincent. The Black Dahlia leads them off into turn 1.
They're going to stay side by side. Lacrosse going to get a really good run on that restart there. And they're just side by side. Ooh, a little sideways with Lacrosse there. CJ just getting into the back of him a little bit. And they are tight there for second place. The 15 going to push the 13 of Dwayne Vincent down the backstretch. Matt Lacrosse going to get a good shove from CJ LeVere down the backstretch. They're going to be side by side by side. 3 rows deep going into 3.
The top 6 racing out of turn 4 as the 91 machine now moves into the battle underneath the 33 of Lanza. The 21 Lacrosse making a heck of a dive into the inside in front of the Clemson Colors car of John Hickman Jr. 2 fingers in the air. Vincent leads to Daytona 84 into turn 1 with the 15 of Adam Hiley right behind him.
2 laps to go. Everybody's going to sit single file. Now they're waiting. They're waiting. When's the right time? 21 of Matt Lacrosse going to jump to the outside, going to try and get that side draft off the 15 down the backstretch. He's got no help on that outside. Adam going to jump in behind Dwayne, got nowhere to go, going to push him into turn 3, and it looks like the 4, CJ LeVere, is going to jump to the outside, and they are tight. Oh, and a little bit of touch coming out of turn 3. Everybody saves it. Oh, this is going to get tight.
White flag in the air as the 21 of Matt Lacrosse and the 15 again for the 3rd time in 1 lap. The 15 to the bottom of the inside. The 21 and the 4 of LeVere to the high side. Vincent leads coming out of turn 2. A backstretch away and 2 turns away to see who wins the Daytona 84.
And it's going to be a really tight one. The 21 of Matt Lacrosse getting a really good shove from CJ LeVere down the backstretch into turn 3. The 15 nowhere to go, so it's tight. Going to give the 13 a good shove. Don't worry about cooling off that engine. You only have a couple 100 yards to go. Oh, and they're gonna wreck. They're gonna wreck. Who's gonna cross the line first? Oh, it's close. Adam Holly. Adam Holly gets across the line at .006. Oh my God, that was close.
What a race! What a finish! What a way to end it! Oh, can you believe that? Through the grass, through the grass.
Lacrosse getting into Dwayne Vincent a little bit, trying to slow him down, gets into him too much, shoves Adam into the grass. Adam hangs on to it. Looks like CJ's gonna get it and just barely comes across the line and then comes up into the field and takes everybody out.
Man, I'll tell you what, in a quick rundown of how they finish, Adam Hiley, again, your winner with unbelievable fashion, with a photo finish for sure. And Dwayne Vincent going from first to finishing 8th in a matter of probably, what, 3 to 4 seconds as Lavera finishes 2nd again. Matt Lacrosse 3rd, Hickman Jr. 4th, David Lanza 5th, Harvey 6th, Jeff Eden 7th. We mentioned Dwayne Vincent finishing 8th, Neil Pasakis is 9th, and John Wilco will round out the top 10.
Jose Gonzalez with a damaged car, getting caught up in 2 accidents, is gonna run, finishing 11th. Douglas White in 12th, Scott Slimley 13th, Frank Coons in 14th, Stephen Herring 15th, Stefan Marinac in 16th, Blaine Woodruff in 17th, Josh Cheney in 18th, Ben Burnett rounding out the lead lap cars in 19th. Nathan Little got one of his 2 laps back, working hard all day long. Tough race for him, still finishes a lap down in 20th, and looks like Ronnie Yielding gonna stay on pit road, never got that car repaired, gonna finish 21st.
All right, with that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll have the top 3 finishers with one heck of an exciting finish here in the Beach Bum 84. You're watching MW Productions' presentation of the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by Axo Sanitary Services. We'll be right back with post-race interviews.
Trucking has always been a part of me. It started years ago when my dad and granddad were hauling vegetables to market in Liverpool. The family immigrated to Canada in the late 60s and settled near Alliston, Ontario. I bought my first truck in 1982 and Mercer Trucking was born. Today, Mercer Trucking has over 50 trucks in terminals in Toronto and Los Angeles. Our storage facilities at both terminals can handle any size of distribution needs throughout North America. We service the continental U.S., including Hawaii and Alaska. We run over 120,000 miles per month and some of the best equipment on the road today. We specialize in less than truckload shipments, show freight, We do rush team service deliveries and haul your refrigerated or heated product. Our regular team service from Canada to California is second to none, and our staff and drivers are among the best in the business. I'm proud of our people and what they can achieve. Trucking is in my blood, it's my livelihood, and it's what I do best.
And welcome back to the ITSR Twisted Cup Series, sponsored by AXO Sanitary Services, where we just had the race number 1 of the season, the Beach Bum 84 finish, in what you couldn't ask for a better finish, Kyle. And it's finally over. The inaugural race of the first of the year is done and over with. Matt Lacrosse finishes 3rd, and Matt, the 21 machine out of Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Tell us about the race.
It's pretty crazy. Just trying to keep the car cool and stay up front. Right there at the end, I was just trying to side draft off Wayne a little bit and try to get a little run and try to get the win. And I think I just barely touched his door. And in iRacing, you can't even touch a car, and it's like you hit him 150 miles an hour intentionally. It's so weird. Really wish they'd try to fix that. But sorry for Dwayne. He had a good run, and I hate to see it. I didn't mean to wreck him. I was just trying to get a little side draft off of him, got a little close, and that's really unfortunate. I feel real bad.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I know how you feel, and you know, we talked about that. Vincent going from 1st to 8th in the matter of 4 seconds, or if that. I mean, what a wild finish, though. And talk to us about the coming into a race like Daytona, the inaugural race, the first ever with the ITSR Twisted Cup Series on a Tuesday, fantastic night, and it being Daytona, a track that you know everything that there is to know about. What's your plans for the season? Go out and grab a few championships, maybe win one out of the 12 different 12 race packs?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm on racing all of them. We'll see how good we do. Doug and CJ really put together a nice little group of drivers, and I hope we get a couple more. Not too many. We don't need 50 people joining every week, but maybe like 30 would be good. So about 10 more cars would be good. So a lot of good racers in here. Lots really fun. Yeah, just gonna run every Tuesday and see what happens.
All right, Matt, talk to us real quick about next week. Phoenix, the hot place, the Snakebite 114. What's the car setup look like at Phoenix? And then throw out your sponsors for us tonight.
Well, yeah, Phoenix. I like Phoenix. The setup is it can be a little crazy. You got to be a little easier with the gas. You got to be really controlled with it. You can't just slam on it and slam on the brakes, stuff like that. It's more of a control race with the corners, with the one flat corner of 3 and 4. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and want to thank Quick Car Racing Products, Hippie's Paint Shop. You can find them on Facebook at Hippie's Paint Shop, and I'd like to thank AXO Sanitary. You guys up at MW Productions do a great job doing these broadcasts, and I'll see you all next week.
Thank you, Matt. And of course, the 31-year-old out of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, will come home tonight in 3rd spot. And we see that Kyle Robinson has finally caught up with CJ LeVere in that Ford machine.
CJ, go through me with that last lap coming out of turn 4. That was just wicked crazy.
Oh my God, I knew we had a car and we were trying to stay up front, and I couldn't get hooked back up with my teammates, and yeah, it definitely was crazy at the end. I seen them touch and then split apart, and I just aimed for the open hole, and I didn't lift. I didn't even know Adam was down in the grass. I thought I had it won. I was like, I'm winning it, and then out of nowhere, there's Adam comes flying out of the grass and steals the win. It was an awesome race. I really enjoyed it and had fun.
Oh yeah, CJ, that was just crazy. You had a good car all night, and up front, running with your partner in the 41 there up front all day. Were you trying to stay with Dwayne Vincent some? Because I noticed you jump out of line some and follow him a little bit. Was there anybody specific up front you were trying to stay with mostly?
I really I got to thank my team, Fearless Racing. There's about 6, 7 of us out there, so I could choose and pick who I really wanted to work with at times. And honestly, we were riding in the line there, and I was kind of getting bored, and I was like, well, we got to go to the outside. And whoever wanted to go to the outside and go to the front, I would push them there. I had more fun doing that than actually leading. I'd rather push a guy to the front and get another guy, push him to the front. That's what we pretty much did all night and had fun doing it.
All right, Phoenix coming next week. You got a really good finish here at Daytona. Phoenix going to be a next track, way different, flat, 1 mile. You got anything special coming up for Phoenix?
Oh yeah, we're already practicing, getting ready. Our team, we're already scouting out our drivers that we have to look out for. Adam there, he's got a good Phoenix program. I've already been practicing with him, so I'll have to look out for him come Tuesday night.
Any sponsors or any partners out there you want to go ahead and thank?
Well, I got to thank all my teammates at Fearless Racing, Matt, Jose, Doug, Brian, Stefan, Steven, and also I got to thank Axel Sanitary for sponsoring TSR and Swiss Cup Tuesdays. Without them, we wouldn't be able to run the show here. And got to thank MW Productions and Kyle and Keaton for broadcasting. There's so much work that goes in this, and all these guys that are helping. I just thank everybody. If I forgot somebody, thanks for the help, and thank all you drivers for showing up tonight.
Alrighty, that's CJ Lavere with 2nd place. Keaton caught up with Adam there?
Oh, yeah, Adam Hiley making one heck of a move at the finish line to win the race. The 15 car. We talked to you first, Adam, on the race control there. You said that, what'd you say about needing a teammate to win a race?
Yeah, well, I really didn't. My partner started in the back, and we just never got together. So I was kind of on my own up there. I was looking for someone to work with, and particularly on the pit stops, because I was pitting a lot earlier than everyone else based on what I thought the fuel strategy would be. So even like the first pit stop I came in, I was alone, but turned out okay. Second one, I had someone go in with me, and then that worked out good and kind of kept me up front. But other than that, I really didn't have anyone to work with. So, but at the end there, Dwayne, he asked for a little help, and I was ready to oblige, but kind of didn't work out for Dwayne. So.
Absolutely, and Adam, of course, next week we tell the other 2 drivers about Phoenix. What's the outlook? Phoenix, the Snakebite 114, the desert. You going to bring the suntan lotion and the water bottles with you?
No, I don't burn too bad, so no suntan for me. But yeah, I've been practicing a little bit, so I feel pretty good right now. A little ways to go yet, but should be ready for next week Tuesday.
Absolutely. And last but not least, Adam, you got anybody you'd like to for tonight?
Anyone I'd like to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's event?
Oh man, a bunch of people. Basically everyone at Fearless Racing that's kind of let me race with them. Everyone I met that kind of took me in here and let me race, and a couple other people who've kind of shown me the way over the years. And sponsor-wise, I don't really have any sponsors. I guess the only one that's really meaningful is the Kohler one. That's a little one on the back. So if you ever need a toilet or sink or something, that's a good place to buy a toilet or sink from.
Absolutely. Well, all the guys are probably going to need to go to the bathroom after that finish, because that was one heck of a finish. And Kyle Robinson, the inaugural race 1, the Beach Bum 84, goes into dramatic race-ending fashion, and I don't think they could have rehearsed it any better than how they did it.
Oh, definitely not. They couldn't have rehearsed that any better if they tried. You can't fake stuff like that. That was good, hard, clean racing. Everybody fighting for that top position, and they got too close to each other, caused a huge wreck on that last lap coming out of turn 4, and a close finish for the rest of the guys who made it.
Whether you were the man out of Puerto Rico, Jose Gonzalez, singing the national anthem to open up tonight's event, or you were Adam Hiley shredding through the grass to win the race in the inaugural race 1 of the Beach Bum 84, I'm Michael Keaton. Kyle Robinson up in the booth with me tonight, pushing the buttons down on pit road and everywhere else. Michael Woolley up doing a fantastic job. This has been a great presentation by MW Productions, and of course the ITSR Twisted Cup Series sponsored by Axo Sanitary Services will be loud, live, and clear next Tuesday night under the lights at Phoenix. We'll see you next week.
DGVertec.net's primary goal is to provide you with a successful website presence. They have purpose-built their web servers successfully throughout the years. The stress testing has been done so that they can provide you with an enhanced web hosting technology that they design for using future standards today for tomorrow. They offer 24/7 support for all web hosting plans. Their team answers support tickets 24/7, so if you have a problem at any time, an agent will be more than happy to help you. If you're not satisfied with your service within 7 days, then you can get a full money-back guarantee, with a 99 uptime guaranteed as well, with plans for shared hosting starting at just $2.95. It's clear to see why DGVertec should be your choice for web hosting. Just go to www.dgvertec.net today, your web hosting solution.
New shoes, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, yeah, I don't need a reason why. Come running just as fast as they can, but every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Gold watch, diamond ring, well, I ain't missing on a single thing. Conflicts, stick pin, and I still I don't know to do you in. They come running just as fast as they can.
Hey, look here, beavers. You better hide your wives, hide your husband, and look here, both of you hide your kids, cause we're coming.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Top hat, and I don't worry 'cause my wallet's fat. Black shades, black gloves, looking sharp, looking for love. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about a sharp dress hat. Make some noise! Clean shirt, new shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, and I don't need a reason why. They Come on running just as fast as they can. Every girl's crazy about it.